Welcome, May. May is gonna be the month, I'm telling you guys. Also because the warmer season always gets me so inspired every time, so I'm really excited about this month. But first, if you don't know me, my name is Katerina. I put my corporate career on hold, I hope forever, and joined an art academy at 30, beginning from absolute zero. Here I share my artistic journey, my real challenges, breakthroughs, and lessons I learned along the way. Welcome to my channel. If you missed the previous episodes of my vlog, here's a little recap. But if you've seen them, feel free to skip them in the chapter section in the description. So right now, I've been studying at the Art Academy for more than a year, and I decided that my goal is to develop a portfolio of at least 6 works. The first deadline was by June, but however, we are in May and my count is 0, and that's because it's the first time that I'm developing my own artwork, and right now I'm in the final stage, and with that I'm discovering how long it takes, which stages I need to go through, but also the type of technique that I like, don't like, because obviously being the first artwork, I'm trying to follow every single step that the academy is advising, which is also the longest one because obviously they're teaching us the techniques that the old masters used, which are also the longest ones. But once we learn those ones, we can decide ourselves what we want to skip, what we want to keep, and so on. So I'm trying to follow every step with my first artwork. I'm already figuring out what works and what doesn't work for the next few times, but basically this is why it's taking me so long. At the moment, I'm going to the Art Academy part-time, so I only go for part of the day, normally in the afternoon, from Monday until Thursday. And in that session, I normally work on my artwork, unless there is a model, because at the Academy we have the model every 2 weeks, posing for 2 weeks. So 2 weeks with model and 2 weeks without. And when there is model, for me it's still important to draw and paint the model and working from life. So that's also why my work is going a bit slower. But it's okay, it's something that I really want to do. That's the reason why I'm at the Academy, so let it be what it is. The artwork I'm working at the Academy is a double self-portrait, and the inspiration is from a painting from Giorgione, and I would say I'm almost done with it. So the first goal for May is definitely to be done with that painting. I know I've said it for April as well, but I guess I will keep saying it until I'm done. So I think that May is gonna be the month. And before finishing that, I will also need to finish the sketch and also at least the color sketch of another little painting, which is the Fool. The Fool is the second painting that I'm developing, and it's a little card that actually my first artwork, my first portrait, is holding in her hand. So I'm gonna develop an artwork for that, and the same artwork I'm gonna replicate it in my double portrait. So that's why it's really important that I fulfill this second goal before I achieve the first one, because without the second one, the first one cannot be achieved. So I think they kind of go together. The third piece that I'm working at is a still life of lemons, on which I'm working at home in the mornings. And at the moment, I haven't even started the color stage. I've just done the grisaille, and now I need to go with color. On that, I think I will go quicker than in my first double portrait painting, because I think I want to go with thicker colors and I don't want to put too many layers. I won't set the goal to be done with that by May, because I'm seeing how long everything takes, but just to align you with everything I have going on at the moment. However, a final goal for this month is to experiment a lot. You know, last month we had a session with the model who was wearing a ballerina dress, and I had the chance to experiment with watercolors, and it's something that I felt so freeing, so liberating, experimenting with a new medium that I'm not normally using, that I really want to make that part of my routine. Not every day, but definitely once every while, because I think it enlightens my creativity, it helps me to be motivated with the rest of my work, and it allows me to discover new things. So for sure, I want to make that part of my May, so let's see how it goes. This week at the Academy, there's not gonna be the model, so I'm gonna be working on my painting, but from next week, there is gonna be the model. So I need to be very focused this week and make sure I get till the end of May with the painting done. Okay guys, you know how I told you that I wanted to experiment more? Well, today I had a completely free day, it's Saturday, and instead of painting lemons, I was like, okay, I want to do a portrait of my boyfriend. I took him pictures, I sketched him in charcoal, and then I went directly with colors. I didn't even record anything at all, but I had so much fun. I was so much in the flow, that's why I forgot to do everything, to take any video or whatever. That was the result. And I guess it's not a too bad result, right? What do you think about it? I don't mind it. I think I managed to learn some things with this as well. But I'm really happy that, the goal of May of experimenting has started really, really well. And I'm super happy. I need to do more of these. And that's where we are now. Today, I put another layer on the sleeves. It is Tuesday, the 5th of May, and today I decided to spend the day at home instead of going to the academy. First of all, because there's not my favorite teachers, and I really need advice to go on with my double portrait before doing any wrong thing that will make me stuck more than I was. So I was like, okay, maybe it's a wise idea, and because there's no model either. So I think I would not waste my time, but still, I think I could be more productive at home. So today I decided to create a little set, and in fact this is my mirror, and I'm gonna be doing a self-portrait from life, and the objective is to do the same thing as I did with the portrait of my boyfriend. So I will first sketch it in charcoal and then paint it on the canvas. So we'll transfer it on the canvas and I will paint it directly with direct paint. So I'm quite excited about this. I'm still on the wave of experimenting. I feel that it's really motivating me and giving me life and helping me to learn a lot. Sometimes I need to be home from the academy to better understand myself, the things that I feel that I want to put on the canvas, and so let it be. And here we go. I'm done. I don't like this particularly. I think that the result of my boyfriend's portrait was better. However, I had really much fun experimenting with it. So I think that's what counts. It was about experimenting, and I need to remember that when I experiment, I don't need to expect amazing results, because that's, I guess, the definition of the experiment. Because, I mean, we don't always know if things will go well. I keep saying that progress is not always linear. Sometimes there are ups and downs, but the important thing is that it's gonna go this way, increasing, right? So I think that when I experiment or when I do drawings or paintings that I do not necessarily like, I need, and you guys need to remember that every drawing, every painting, everything that we put on paper or that we do is a step forward. We need those to make progress. We need those to understand, to learn, to make mistakes, and to go on. So I am really trying to stay positive when I spend a whole day, for example, doing a painting and then it's not like I wish it was. So yeah, a reminder for everyone. Good morning. It's Monday, the 11th of May. A new week has started, and I'm just gonna start with three objectives for the week. So, the first one is to finish the drawing of the model. In fact, today we're gonna start the pose with the model, and as I was saying, I'm gonna do it in charcoal and then I want to paint directly. So, the objective for this week is to finish the drawing of the model with this new experimental technique for me. The second objective is to finish the sketch of the fool. I think that's definitely something doable. I'm just talking about the sketch, not even the painting or anything. So I just want to have a sketch done in order to start painting it so I can put it in my double portrait. And the third goal instead is to finish the jacket of my double portrait. And by jacket, I mean both the brown background and also the small details that I need to go over once again. I think these are three objectives that are super doable for the week. I'm trying to go, with small steps right now, not to discourage myself, and also to be motivated for the week. I also want to experiment a little bit. I think we're gonna play with plasticine at the academy. Let's see. So this is the evolution of the fool I have so far. These are all done by imagination, and these are the first ones that I've done. So at first I had not very clear ideas, but then I was like, okay, I should make her more medieval like. So I looked for medieval dresses and so on, and that's what came out. But then I looked at this and I was like, okay, nothing foolish in this. So after thinking a while, I was like, yeah, this could be something that works. And the last sketch is something like this. My fool has a sun face head, let's say, and it's doing a cartwheel over a cliff. And then there is a flying black cat, which is actually my cat, that's protecting it. Okay guys, today I worked on the jacket, on the darker part. Now that I look at it, I still need to blend a little bit here. I also worked on this part here. I will still need to get back the white details, like the light details, like there. But yeah, today's job was done.
E poi dici, ah, ecco, così funziona, questo elemento molto grande, però trasparente, dentro cui ci metto questo elemento anche curvo ma solido, capito? Sembrano stupidate, ma invece ti determinano poi dopo la riuscita o meno che abbiano una loro validità, nonostante l'aspetto pop che c'è dentro, praticamente. Perché io ti dico, questa perplessità che uno ha rispetto a questi temi.
It is Friday, the 15th of May, and actually, compared to what I was saying on Monday, I decided to give a twist to my objective regarding the model because at first I wanted to do a charcoal drawing to be quick and then go directly with color. However, since I'm watching a course by Steven Bauman on New Masters Academy, and also I was thinking that I had time since I finished the drawing on Wednesday, I was gonna still paint a little bit of grisaille. So on Thursday, yesterday, I started the grisaille at school, and this is how it was. And I took it home with me, and today I still want to work on the grisaille, so I want to spend the whole day working on that, and on Monday starting with color on this grisaille, because I think that since I finished earlier and since I will have 4 days for the color, I think I'm gonna have better results if I'm gonna do it on more structured foundations, let's say. So stay tuned to see how next week will turn out. The grisaille is kind of done. I mean, won't be able to work on it anymore, but this is the best result I could achieve. Some transitions are still very hard. I still need to learn how to soften them. For example, like here the terminators, they don't do a nice transition over the light, and yeah, it's definitely something I should learn to do better, because right now it's not okay and I keep struggling with this, so I cannot keep the struggle for much longer. But yeah, this is how it is right now, and on Monday I will start with color. I found this exhibition with the girlies. A new week has started, guys, and I'm going to the academy with the grisaille in my hand because today I'm starting the color. And this week is going to be quite busy because I need to edit the video that I'm going to post this Sunday, and also this weekend I'm heading to Rome. So I have quite a few things to do before leaving, and also I want to work on my double self-portrait. So I hope to finish the jacket by this week, and also I want to start glazing with a special color that my teacher told me, but I'm going to tell you about this when I do it because I want to better explain you what I'm doing. But I can finally see the light with my self-portrait, and I think I'm gonna be done, if not this week, next week for sure. I'm telling you this, and I want to make it happen. So super excited, the weather is amazing, and I'm gonna keep you updated on my grisaille and on my model painting.
Questi sono estremamente trasparenti, no?
Sì.
Questo non è scurissimissimo.
Even if I was not planning to, today the teacher advised me to put another glaze on my face to make it more saturated, and here he's showing me how to do it. Guys, I cannot believe I forgot to film the result of the painting of the model, but this is the result from the picture I have. Obviously, it still needs some more color glazing on the skin because it's still quite monochromatic, but I think I will put it in the next few weeks when I have a bit of time, because right now the priority is my project. Today we are in Rome, and the first thing we're doing is we came here at the Museum Christian Andersen, where Roberto Ferri is doing an exhibition. It's the first time I'm seeing him from real life, and I'm super happy because honestly, his paintings are super worth it. They're amazing. Look at that. Look at this. And at the skin tones, the very between the colors, the temperatures, they're amazing. Look at this. Just got back from Rome, but I think that this week really deserves a recap. First of all, because Rome is always so beautiful. We went there for a wedding, but we also had the time to do some museums with my boyfriend. I showed you Roberto Ferri, but we also went to Palazzo Barberini, where we really wanted to see the Fornarina by Raphael. I've already seen it, but I wanted to show him as well. Like, I'm always so excited to see it every time, but it was not there. Right now it's at the Met in New York for the Raphael's exhibition, but it's okay. We still saw many other amazing things like the Judith by Caravaggio, which I love that painting, like love it so much. And then we walked through Rome, obviously, so it was amazing. But regarding the Academy, oh my god, I forgot to record the video of the painting of the model, but you saw the picture. I'm gonna go on with that in the future, so I don't know if it's gonna be in this vlog, the final result, I mean. But mostly I wanted to talk about my painting because I'm so grateful to my teacher who always pushes me to do better, because I was not planning to do another glaze on the skin tones and on the face, but he was like, no, stop and plan to do it, because right now you really need to saturate your colors more. So he showed me how to do it with the lakes. Lakes are just oil colors that are very transparent, and I used Indian yellow, sap green, and alizarin crimson, and by mixing those I created different colors for the face and for the hands and for the neck, and I think that this layer is really gonna make the difference, so I cannot wait to show you in the final result. So I'm super grateful about this. I think I learned a lot through this layer, and I would give it 10 out of 10 to my week. Quindi sei andato proprio con terra domina naturale pura,
Sì.
senza mischiarla con niente.
Sì, vedi, adesso io praticamente vorrei fare queste precisazioni.
Ok.
No, ovviamente bisogna mettere giù con un certo discernimento, insomma, perché questo qua è un colore, insomma, sì, vedi che subito mi stacca bene,
Sì.
perché ci sono dei punti che sono diventati un po' incerti,
Sì.
dobbiamo ritirarli fuori.
Okay, the week is starting super great because finally today I glazed this face as well. But mostly I put a big layer of umber all over the main shadows. I'm saying the main because I still lack a few shadows where to put it, but I feel that I'm almost at the end. I got commissioned a little watercolor painting of a newborn baby, and this morning I experimented with it, but I used ink. It was super fun and it was a good chance of experimenting. I think the result is really nice too, especially for a present. Look at my palette, and that's because I worked on the full. I finally put it here. It's almost done, guys. Come on, it's almost done. Now I just need to harmonize it a little bit with the rest. So the teacher advised me to put some more greenish, like in this background, more bluish in this background, maybe some more reddish on this face. So everything should work slightly better. I still need to adjust the cards. Hopefully, I will manage to do everything tomorrow. Let's see. Turned it upside down to see how it looks and where I need to fix things, but probably I'm gonna change the background and make it more greenish. The Fridays I don't have to edit videos. I want to take the time to experiment a little bit, and that's why today I'm gonna make a little study of this. I think this is gonna be my subject, and I want to make a little painting. I started by creating this little underpainting, very loose one, just to establish all the shapes, like where everything is, and all the darkest and lightest values. And now I am starting to put color. This is how it's going. I love how this tube here in the middle came out, but I'm gonna go on. Okay, I can say it's done because I need to run now. But yeah, this is the result. I would say it's a bit confusing because I think that one thing I didn't manage to do was making you understand what's on the top and what's below. Like, this tube should come out way better, so probably I should have toned down the colors of everything else. So maybe I should bring up this. But yeah, apart from that, I would say it's okay. I had fun, and that's what counts, and that's why I did this exercise. But overall, it's not too bad. Like, I like the volumes, like this tube, like how they turn and so on. So it's okay, you know? The month is over and the vlog could literally end here, but imagine, I managed to experiment this month, I managed to finish my full, and would I leave you without showing my finished painting? I literally think that I missed one or maximum a couple of sessions on the painting, and since this week is a short week because of bank holidays in Italy, I thought that even if it's June, I'm gonna give a chance to this June, and hopefully I'm gonna be done with my painting by tomorrow or maximum in 2 days. So come with me. Guys, I think that today is gonna be the last day because honestly I'm not really sure what I should do more than this. I just want to fix again the cards a little bit and then put some little black accents here and there. Maybe I will make the background slightly more greenish, but I'm still not sure about that after the last attempt. Last week I was not really convinced, so let's see. I worked on the edges of the card and then I kept looking and looking at those, but the decorations were not convincing me. And the same teacher who told me to do the second glaze on my face, he told me to delete the decorations and do them from scratch. So this is what I'm doing here, and now I'm super worried that I won't finish it by tomorrow because the paint might not be dry. It's incredible, but today the cards are dry. So today I'm working on the decorations, so it should be done.
Guys, I think it's done. Oh my god, after so many months. Okay, maybe it's like not finally done. Probably there's gonna be some final touches, maybe when the art director will come and we'll see it. But I think that today is the last day I'm working on it in full. Maybe I'm gonna put something like when I draw the model or so on, but like this is it. I'm so happy after such a long time. I promise it won't take me any much longer to do some of my paintings. So yay, that's it. Okay, let's look at it together, what I like and what I'm still not super convinced about. Okay, so first of all, maybe the colors are a bit too similar among them. I was thinking about doing this background green, but I tried to do it and I was not super convinced because it was not working overall. Then when I think about, for example, Rembrandt's paintings and so on, they were kind of monochromatic, so I don't mind how it is going right now because it makes sense together, so that's the important thing. This is my favorite face, I would say. It's also the most similar one to mine. I don't mind this. Maybe these shadows should have been more dark, should have been darker overall. I don't mind the gilet, like how much time I worked on this gilet. Oh my god. I like the way that I did this leaf. Maybe these edges should have been softer. Also, let's look at the fool. This is how I put the fool inside, and this is the cards that I worked today that still do not convince me 100%, but there's a lot of sinking in going on. So I think that once I will oil them out, the brighter brown color will pop up as in the rest of the painting, let's say. So I think that I will take the final picture once I will oil it out. But yeah, overall, big relief. I'm so happy.
And here I am back home, and I must say I literally have no clue of what happened today that I literally finished my painting, my first original painting. I don't know, I'm not realizing it yet. It's just, you know, something you work for so long and now it's kind of over. And again, I'm saying kind of because I don't know if I'm still gonna be doing the final little touches and so on, but the big work is done, and I look at it and I think that I could probably do better. You know, this is a motivation for the next painting. At the same time, I think that I need to look at the whole progress that I made since I started 1 year and a few months ago. I was not able to paint at all, to draw at all, and now I'm doing my first original painting, so I'm really happy about that. I'm super grateful to have come so far in 1 year. I know I can do better, and I can say I'm really proud of myself. Let me know what you think about the painting. I'm already thinking about my next few paintings, and that's why I think June is gonna be a month where I'm gonna be planning them, because then there's gonna be the summer break of the academy, and so I really want to work on those in the break, or at least on one of those. I'm not gonna set myself impossible deadlines again, because you know, I'm still learning and it's really fair to give ourselves time when we're learning. And actually I think that one of my next videos is gonna be all the process that I followed from the beginning until the end, and maybe the lessons I learned too, or maybe these are gonna be 2 different videos. Let's see how long they can be. But I really want to document the whole process, because maybe throughout the whole vlogs might have been a little bit confusing, and I think it could be helpful to some of you. But also I want to make sure I remember in the future, whenever I will decide to skip some important steps, and you know, I will be able to look back and be like, yes, I followed them all once in this painting and I know why I should skip them, or I know why I should keep some of them. But guys, I think that tonight I'm gonna celebrate with some nice dinner. I'm gonna have a really nice sleep, and from next week I'm gonna think about a new painting, because I already have some ideas and I'm super excited about them. And now I would really love to know, how long did it take you to complete exactly your first original painting and which process did you follow? Was it this long? Did you use transparent layers? Or did you use direct painting? I can see that there are so many things I could try in my next few paintings, and I'm really thinking about how to speed up my process. So I think that your insights are gonna be very helpful for me. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, leave a comment, and obviously subscribe to my channel. And I really hope to see you in my next video. Bye!